Oh, good. There's Bob.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hey, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Howdy, howdy.
So we're going to get ready and start the stream just to have it up. So just try to limit the communication at this point.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hey everyone, it looks like we still need one more committee member to get started.
Okay, when we reach a quorum, just give us a minute to go live to TV.
Thanks, Wendell. We can get started because I just realized we don't have any ordinances. We just have resolutions, which don't have to be voted out. So give me just 1 second. And sorry, guys, I don't have my video on because I'm driving from the march. So just give me a couple of seconds.
Madam Chair, are you ready to start?
Yes, we can get started.
Okay, stand by. Okay, we are live.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Community Development and Urban Planning Committee meeting. This Thursday, we have several items on the agenda this evening, and we will get started with introductions, starting with my council members.
Councilman Vash Turner, 5th District.
Council Member Michelle Harley, 4th District.
Councilwoman Yolanda McCoy, 6th District.
And staff members.
Rahima Jabarbe, Strategy and Policy Director.
Thank you. And Rashima Dixon, Chair of the committee. So this evening, we're actually going to change the arrangement of the agenda. Councilwoman Harley has to hop off of the call early. So we are going to move her resolution around the 4th District task force that she wants us to create. Councilwoman Harley, do you want to start on your legislation, please?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair, for accommodating me. I appreciate it. So yes, this particular resolution is being established for me to effectively and efficiently address the breadth and the width of issues within and affecting the 4th Councilmatic District. including but not limited to community benefits agreements, having discussions around community benefits agreements, community development concerns, community health and safety, and any other types of topics of concern that I need to address with the constituents in the 4th District. I have a number of people outside of neighborhood planning councils that have issues of concerns that may not be the leaders of different established community groups that would like to be involved and engaged. So I decided that I would pull together this task force and engage the community. For those that are passionate around specific topics, I want to bring them in, empower them to work with me, to work with the community, and to work with other partners to come up with solutions. Many times there are individuals in the community and the district that have concerns, and I want them to be involved with us coming again up with solutions. So that's what this resolution is about.
All right, any questions from council members? All right, seeing no questions from council members, is there any questions from the public? All right, and seeing no hands in the comment from public comment. Again, this resolution does not have to be voted out of council, and it will be on our, and correct me if I'm wrong, Marshall, what's the exact date for the legislation?
June 18th.
Thank you. So this will be on our agenda for June 18th. And thank you, Councilwoman Harley, for this legislation. Your next agenda item is for the property disposition to Cinnaire.
Yes, Madam Chair. Thanks again. Yeah, this resolution basically is about declaring 601 West A Street to be surplus and approved property for disposition to Cinnaire Solutions. Cinnaire Solutions is a nonprofit organization that focuses on historic reuse of properties, acquisitions, rehabilitations, and a number of different types of developments. They are in pursuit of taking over the vacant liquor store that is currently located on the corner of 8th and Jefferson Street. And I just want to mention that I did engage the community and schedule several meetings with the surrounding civic associations. We met with Trinity Vicinity Civic Association to allow them to weigh in, to ask questions with Cinnaire. And I also engaged West Village Civic Association, which is the residents that actually live on Jefferson between 8th and 9th. And so I had the opportunity to make sure that this wasn't just a one-way conversation between me and Cinnaire, but making sure that the community had the opportunity to ask the questions, understand that 2 houses are going to be put on that property, and to share any kind of input that they wanted Cinnaire to be aware of as well. So that's what this particular resolution and legislation is all about, which everyone was very positive about it. They're happy that it's being repurposed to 2 houses and for 2 houses for home ownership. That's all I have, Madam Chair.
All right, thank you, Councilwoman Harley. Did Director Weir, did you want to address anything regarding that specific legislation?
Madam Chair, thank you. I think the councilwoman summarized the disposition well, and that is not much that it's a former liquor store. It's been vacant. The reuse is totally in line with the continued stabilization effort in West Center City, and the Real Estate and Housing Department and the administration are advocates for this disposition to Cinnaire and their developer. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any questions from councilman, councilman, or actually before that, I'm going to give you an opportunity to, Deanna from Cinnaire, did you want to comment on the legislation?
Sure, I'll just say a few words and thank you so much for this opportunity. I think I know many of you in the room, but my name is Deanna Sargent. I am Vice President of Community Development with Cinnaire Corporation. I oversee our Wilmington community development work, and I am joined by my colleagues, Chris Laurent and James Dow, who work with our development subsidiary, Cinnaire Solutions, and also our co-development partner, Eden Roberts, who's here on behalf of the Delaware Valley Development Company. I just wanted to note that we received grant funding from the Delaware State Housing Authority Strong Housing Neighborhood Fund last year to develop 9 homes. So this will be 2 of the 9 homes in West Center City. And that funding will help to write down the construction costs and will help us to allow these homes to be targeted to households at or below an area median income of 120% of AMI, which is a much needed target market. The city obviously is also supporting, and we will receive home funds to support this project development as well. We've had a series of conversations with numerous stakeholders, as Director Ware and also Councilwoman Harley mentioned, as well as meeting with the local civic associations and sharing our concept for the development, which will be 2 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom units. And we're also working with the land bank. The land bank has been supportive to acquire the 7 remaining units to round out the development in West Center City. So thank you again for the opportunity to stand before you, and our team is here to answer any questions you may have.
Great, and if I can I just ask, I know Councilwoman Harley, you said that there, in addition to Deanna, that the community had a chance to vet this also. What was their feedback, or if they had any at all?
So their feedback, they wanted to know questions like, was it going to be a brick house? How many bedrooms? What kind of materials were going to be used? They also had asked about the fence and the yard, and we discussed that. And there were several things I think that they had asked or requested as it related to the yard wanting a fence. And so it was those types of questions and dialogue. They were very, like I said, very happy to hear that there was going to be 2 homes being built there, and that they were going to be brick homes. So the general consensus was very good and very positive. There was not one person. It was a unanimous decision, a yes, thumbs up. No one was not in favor of the units. So that's the feedback that I received from all the people that I reached out to. And like I said, both presidents of 2 civic associations were present and also shared their feedback.
Great, it's great to hear. So are there any questions from council members? All right, seeing no questions from council members, is there any questions from the public? All right, seeing no questions from the public, Again, this is a resolution that will be on the agenda for June 18th and does not have to be voted out of committee. So thank you again, Councilwoman Harley, for both pieces of your legislation this evening.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That's all I have.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And next on the agenda, we'll go back to the top of our original agenda, which is that there is a resolution regarding the Second Amendment to the Holmes funding for Reach Riverside regarding, and I believe, if I'm not correct, Director Weir, that is for $470,000.
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you. Yes, this is a substantial amendment. Basically, the backstory is that on May 16th of 2019, the City Council adopted a resolution that was the city's proposed annual action plan for fiscal year 2020. The Reach Riverside project had come in originally and asked for $470,000 in assistance for their first phase. And given the available home funds at that point, there was approximately $120,000 that was allocated for that particular project. What we did is we looked back at all previous fiscal years and we basically had additional funds that were available, and the Real Estate and Housing Department made the decision to move some of those dollars over to the Reach Riverside redevelopment project phase 1 to meet their original request of $470,000. In looking, we are constantly looking at HUD regulations and making sure that we are reducing liability, or actually eliminating liability for the city. We realized that that was something that would have to be done through a substantial amendment. And this is resulting in the resolution that you see before you, in that it would be an amendment to the fiscal year 2020 annual action plan, and that would provide the use of unexpended home funds from prior fiscal years for phase 1 in the Reach Riverside redevelopment.
Great, thank you, Director Weir. And again, this is a reuse of funding that is left over that we need, that we're helping with the Reach Riverside project. I also, just for Councilwoman Oliver, because she's not here this evening, she would also like to be added as a co-sponsor to the legislation.
Fantastic.
Any questions from council members? All right, seeing no questions from council members. Any questions from the public regarding this piece of legislation? All right, no questions from the public. Again, this does not have to be voted out of council, out of this committee, but will be on the agenda for June 18th as well.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yeah, thank you again, Dr. I'm about to call you Doctor. Director Weir.
I have been called worse, so thank you.
So next on the agenda is our presentation from Wilmington Alliance. And if we can put up their PowerPoint presentation as well. And Laura, will you be doing the presentation?
Both Renata and I have parts of the presentation.
Great.
Yeah, we're going to tag team it as always.
Great.
Okay. Well, thank you. So I think I know most everybody, but just to reiterate, my name is Laura Semmelroth, and I'm the Director of Creative Placemaking for Wilmington Alliance. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman and committee members, for allowing us some time to speak today. We're going to talk about the project we call the Artemat, which would be located at the corner of 7th and Washington. Wilmington Alliance has been busy for the past 5 years implementing the projects outlined in the Creative District Plan and the subsequent vacant to vibrant and 7th Street Arts Bridge plans. The plans included the creation of both public green spaces, community engaged public art making, and free community programming. We had a special focus on 7th Street as a neighborhood connector. With the West Center City community, we have created 3 murals, a sculpture garden, and a large park and vegetable garden, all on 7th Street. Our focus with this work has been to replace vacancy with opportunity. In these examples, opportunity means the chance to engage and create art, or the opportunity for green space and growing food. We believe we have another opportunity at 7th and Washington. As many of you know, this corner has not always been a positive for the West Center City community. The presence of 1 of 5 liquor stores in the neighborhood and the adjacent vacancy made it a volatile corner. Next slide, please. We would like the opportunity to turn this currently vacant space, as we have done so with the outdoor spaces, into a community asset. The building could be used in multiple ways, as it has 2 distinct spaces that we would preserve. We will continue our community engaged art making and give space for creatives of all types to use, create, and exhibit. The focus would be on the West Center City community, but we want to extend it to all of Wilmington. The space would be open and designed to be multi-use. The second space, the former liquor store, would be used as a pop-up entrepreneurial space. This means that local entrepreneurs would be able to use this space to try out a retail concept or use as an office space on a revolving basis. This concept aligns with our development of the kitchen incubator at 9th and Washington with our partner Grace Church. We anticipate opening the kitchen incubator in early 2021, in time for the Artomat to welcome its first culinary entrepreneur. The Alliance is focused not only on artists and culinary entrepreneurs, but also on programs to support a variety of early stage startups and entrepreneurs, with a focus on Black and Brown entrepreneurs. I will ask Renata to talk to you about how we see the Artomat supporting these programs. Renata?
Great, thank you. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Great, thank you. Thank you, Laura, and thank you, the committee, for opportunity to present to you tonight. My name is Renata Kowalczyk, and I am the CEO of Wilmington Alliance. And what I would like to share with you is how this project potentially fits in a much larger and very exciting new initiative that Wilmington Alliance is working on with a few other partners. In order to accelerate the entrepreneurial life cycle, assist Wilmington with COVID-19 economic recovery, and provide resources and support systems for entrepreneurs of color, the Pete DuPont Freedom Foundation and Wilmington Alliance are developing what we call the Equitable Entrepreneurial Ecosystem Wilmington, in short, E3 Warmington. E3 Warmington will connect strategic partners to support entrepreneurs across all key entrepreneurial life cycles. So anything from coaching on new ideas to business planning to developing marketing and promotion to IT, as well as space planning and access to funding, in order to provide those critical resources and accelerate launches of new businesses, which are very vital to the economic recovery in our community. Our plan to launch the E3 Warmington Initiative as a pilot is to do it this summer. And the Artomat space could serve as one of neighborhood-based locations where those entrepreneurial resources and information can be brought in and shared in a centralized way. So imagine a space in the heart of the community where those interested in starting a business can come, get information, get training, get resources, be connected to them, instead of, like today, have to somewhat hunt for those information and kind of be on their own as they navigating multiple providers and multiple resources. Next slide, please.
As part of Wilmington Alliance's commitment to local entrepreneurs, workforce development, and hiring local, we will continue to work with some of our longtime partners in construction. The Challenge Program will do the construction of the Artomat interior and some of the furnishings. They have worked with us both on the rock lot and the park. Local electrician and entrepreneur Aaron Reeves will do all of the electric and HVAC work. Our commitment to developing and supporting local tradespeople will guide our selection of additional contractors. Our partners in all of our work are chosen for their commitment to Wilmington and alignment with our values as an organization. In our planning of the Artemat, our intent and commitment has always been to have an advisory group of 5 community members who will guide all activities in the space. This partnership will ensure that the Artemat truly serves the community. We are eager to get started in 2020, and we are fully funded to complete the construction. Thank you for the opportunity to present today.
Great, thank you so much for the presentation for both Laura and Renata. And just to say, they've gone through the presentation with me too, and allowed, I think, a lot of our kind of local officials, including starting with Councilman Turner, and having conversations locally about this project. I'm really looking forward to it. I was telling them as an entrepreneur also, I'm like hugely excited for this space, just so that we can have some different opportunities for our workforce to have opportunities in addition to our entrepreneurs who are in this work. So thank you again. Director Ware, did you want to, or we can wait actually until the next one. Is there any questions from council members regarding the Wilmington Alliance presentation? And then seeing none, and I actually think we are now slim on our council members that are here. But any questions from the public regarding the presentation from Wilmington Alliance? All right, seeing none. Thank you again for the presentation. And again, we're looking forward to hearing when the project actually gets started and off the ground, so we can be there to cheer you guys on at the groundbreaking. Like you said, it's been a long time waiting, so we're excited.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then, actually, we'll roll us into our next piece of our last item on the agenda for this evening, which is the legislation around the disposition of the building for Wilmington Alliance. Now, Director Ware, do you want to take it from there?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Not just to be too brief, but as far as I share personally and professionally your excitement about this particular venture at this particular corner. Yes, the Real Estate and Housing Department and the administration are advocates for this disposition, just so that everyone's aware that the Real Estate and Housing Department has abated the asbestos, has put a new roof on the property, and we hope to tee it up so that the Wilmington Alliance will be able to rapidly open up and get their business done. So we are 100% behind it, and really excited about the things that are happening in West Center City. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Ware. And any other Laura or Renata, that you wanted to say about the disposition?
No, except that we're very grateful because it makes the project possible. And so we're grateful to the administration and Bob for helping us through all this, and as you as well.
Yep. Just very excited and eager to start. Thank you.
Wonderful. See, in one evening, you got your presentation going and the property. So, you know, things are going smoothly, right? Krieger's cross, right?
Right. And it's construction, so keep the fingers crossed.
Exactly. Any questions from council, Renata? Council members, any questions regarding the disposition? Not seeing any. Any questions from the public or comments regarding the disposition of this property? All right, seeing none. This does not have to be, again, voted out of committee. This is a resolution. This will be on our agenda for June 18th, and we'll go in front of full council. I think it was probably one of our fastest community development and urban planning committee meetings that we've ever had. So thank you guys.
As I attended many of them as a public, I concur.
So again, thank you to all of our presenters for this evening. Thank you all for able to come and attend and contest to all the great work that's happening in the city. That was our last agenda item for this evening. We will be, just as announcement wise, we will not have another meeting for community development and urban planning until September. Just as a FYI, we'll see you again in September. Have a great summer, and we will see you again soon in September, which is right around the corner, 95 days and counting. So it'll be here before we know it. So again, we will have a great summer, and we will see you in September. Thank you all for attending this evening.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Yep. And actually, I think it's only me and Yolanda. So, I want to say I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Well, you can make a motion, and I will second the motion.
Thank you, Councilwoman McCoy. You guys all have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right, take care.
You too.